Hello, welcome to the presentation today, how to buy Bitcoin, a beginner's guide. My name is Mike. I'm your host, and yeah, I got a presentation ready for you. So this is a recording now, and this presentation here was originally made for a live presentation. So there's a couple of things like Q&A, which we will not cover here. Um, so it's about buying Bitcoin as a beginner, and very important, like the safest ways to buy Bitcoin. And there's plenty of options. And I personally, for beginners, I recommend the 21 Bitcoin app. I'm also using it myself, and there will be a step-by-step guide how to use this app. You can get it on Android or iOS. And also for tips for avoiding mistakes and scams. And very important, this is no financial advice. This is just for educational purposes. So the duration here it says 20 to 30 minutes. I think it's rather 15 to 20 because we don't have questions after. So what you need to know to get started, choose a platform, decide on your investment strategy, and then also choose a wallet. So there are different buying options. The most common one are exchanges, and maybe you have heard of many of them. So one is the 21 Bitcoin app, but also it includes exchanges like Kraken or Coinbase, also Binance, and many others. And they're suitable for beginners and advanced users. Then is the option for P2P platforms like Robosat, Hodl Hodl, or Bisq, and they allow direct trade between individuals. And this is great for privacy-focused buyers, but it's not the most beginner-friendly option. You're just starting, this might be a bit complicated. And then there's also physical meetups and ATMs, meaning you can attend to local Bitcoin meetups depending where you live and meet other people and buy and sell Bitcoin for cash. Also, there are ATMs where you just um, get cash in and get Bitcoin out, or the other way around. And this also depends a lot on the location, the city you are, or the country you are in. So, my recommended exchange 21 Bitcoin, I will cover it in a second. Um, so, usually, exchanges are great platforms for buying Bitcoin. I personally would avoid something like PayPal or Revolut because you cannot send your Bitcoin away. So you can only buy and sell, but you never actually own any Bitcoin there. So I would not recommend this. Self custody is essential. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. So whenever you have an account at an exchange, they actually own the Bitcoin, and you have to ask for permission, log in, or permission to send them away. So it's good to use an exchange for buying, but not for keeping. You should withdraw them later. I will explain it in a second. Why I choose the 21 Bitcoin app. It's great for beginners because it's simple and user-friendly. Even if you are a first-time buyer, it's focused on Bitcoin only. Means there's no distractions from other cryptocurrencies, no distraction from trading, and you can auto DCA, automate dollar cost averaging. That means you can set up a fixed amount that you buy regularly. For example, you choose 50 euros every week. It's just an example. It can be a lot more or also less than that. You can direct withdraw into your own wallet. So you are encouraged to take control over your Bitcoin. And it's EU based and trusted. So some key considerations before to protect your Bitcoins from hacks and exchange failures. It's recommended to use a cold storage, like a wallet that is not online. Means your private keys, which is your access to Bitcoin, they never touch the internet. There are specific devices for that. They are like USB drives, and you plug them into your computer. And these devices also, you have to buy them. And there's several of them. Some are really good, some others are not so great in my opinion. Very important, I think, here is to find a manufacturer that is open source. If you know the device is open source and the software, then it's verifiable. So some examples are like the Bitbooks or also Cold Card or Trezor. Here's my personal favorite, the Bitbooks. It's Swiss made and fully open source. It has a secure chip and also a micro SD, which makes a very easy backup. And you have an extra protection backing up your receipt on a SD card. It's very easy to use. It works with desktop and mobile. And also it has a Bitcoin only edition. There's two different Bitbox. It's Bitcoin only and multi-currency. But I personally go for the Bitcoin only one. Also, quickly, I want to mention if you want to use Bitcoin right away on your wallet, as the Bitbox, you have to pay. It costs around 150 euro. If you just want to try to use Bitcoin, you can download a wallet on your phone, and there's plenty of them. And I choose one, which is Moon Wallet. It's a great option before getting a hardware wallet. Just be aware it's not as secure, so it's good for small amounts, but you shouldn't put your life savings on there. You can do lightning transactions, meaning they are super fast, almost instant, and cost almost nothing. Maybe you pay a cent for a transaction. So if you don't want to buy a hardware wallet yet, but you want to self-custody, Moon is a great option. Or also later on, you can just see it as a spending wallet. If you have Moon on your phone, and you can always have some Bitcoin on it worth a couple of euros, like your physical wallet, for money you want to spend right away. For that, Moon is great. So the final tip here, use a trusted exchange, but as soon as you can withdraw Bitcoin to your own wallet. The safest way to store Bitcoin is using a hardware wallet like the Bitbox. And something like Moon is good for temporary, but very soon it's recommended to upgrade to a cold storage. Then I want to go quickly into dollar cost averaging, DCA. What does it mean? It means regularly investing a fixed amount over time. This reduces the risk of market volatility. And why this is good? You don't have to time the market. You don't have to wait for good entry and exit points. You just buy regularly, and over long term, if some months passes and years, you are just in the middle. That's why it's called dollar cost average, because you always buy the average price. So one example, invest 50 euro every week, regardless what the price of Bitcoin is at the moment. So my personal recommendations. My approach is that I believe in Bitcoin long term. I buy regularly, and I'm not trying to time the market, and I only sell if it's absolutely necessary. My strategy is to focus on consistency, to avoid panic selling or over trading, and to stay informed, educated, and patient. So now I want to show you the 21 Bitcoin app, how it looks like from the inside. It's very simple here. So if you open it on your smartphone, so we go from the left to the right. So all of them are separated screens on your smartphone. So you see down at the bottom here, you have 5 menu option. And on the very left, you see your balance. So this is a wallet. I have an account here, which is a testing account, just to show you how it looks like. So I have Bitcoin worth 14 euro. So on the left part, you can either buy or sell or send your Bitcoin away. That's very straightforward. And if you jump from the very left to the middle to the Bitcoin logo, then you see your balance in sats. If you don't know what a sat is a subdivision of Bitcoin. you can divide 1 Bitcoin into 100 million sats. Like you can divide €1 into 100 cents. So this makes it much easier to read if you talk of small amounts. Otherwise, it would be written 0.0000 something Bitcoin. So I see my balance here. And in the menu, if I'm on the second menu, I see my euro balance. So if I want to buy Bitcoin, I have to top it up. So I would click on add cash. Then a new window opens and I see recipient IBAN and the payment purpose. So I will need to go into my banking app and send a certain amount of money. Let's use the example of €50. And from my bank, I send €50 to this IBAN and this payment purpose. So this purpose is important because this is my personal account in 21 Bitcoin. So if I send the €50 here on this IBAN with this purpose, when the money arrives, I would see €50 in here later. Also, you can immediately set up an auto transfer that as soon as you buy Bitcoin and 21 Bitcoins, it will be sent to your external wallet. So I just go back a step. So again, in the menu, you're in the middle where the Bitcoin logo is, and then you click here on auto transfer. And when you do this, you come to this window. So you have to enable non-custodian mode, click add wallet, then ask you for a name. This is just a name that you can choose, whatever you want. And Bitcoin address, it asks for the address of your wallet, like your receiving address, your public key. So in Bitcoin, you have public key and private key. The public key is the key that you can share with any, if there's any question, feel free to let me know. And I hope that you enjoyed this video and that I could help you and hopefully see you soon again. Thanks and bye-bye.